nhớ trồng thấy trồng nhẹ gì cái tên là ra thì trồng phong như chúa tủ là nó cũng giờ bỏ đi vào nhau mong trên xí nữa nó cũng tôi khâu cho bé mong thêm bò cho cũng tôi cho nhớ cho lúc sáng Wisconsin nó thì ta xin bỏ khó cũng sợ nhớ nó nhớ là Highground để sẽ được cũng là hở cho thì là cho bé mong thêm bò cho cũng tôi cho tàu ta xin năng là nó được biết gì phong pháp bỏ họ đó là tao gì cũng cho bé một xe nó số xong số chế để lúc của họ nó là bé lọt kia cho thì vì bây giờ là thì lên xong tôi hở theo tôi cho cũng tôi cho nhớ trong đó Highground nó tất cả đều có mà cho bé không sẽ cái khi nó thì giờ dùng đi chả
nhớ rằng nè, giờ nó cũng giờ bắt đầu nó sửa xong, nu nó giờ nu mẹ cổ plau, xong ở trên cổ trâu, nó nhớ rằng là Highground Việt Nam memory bên này xong tốt quá nó, thế xong nó giờ xong và chỉ cho ý và bây giờ tích chờ tôi rồi chỉ cho ý xong rồi xong nó, nè, cái bây celebration lu mẹ cổ plau nó thầu chỉ tao linh có là một số đó thì xong ít chỉ cho ý là một cái nhau cái chuyện này bây cho ở xong rồi xong thì bây tàu trang biểu này thức tông cái tiền giờ lu xong ở trên này có ý là cái bây và những vật nào một này bây giờ vật nào một chút chua xong một để lấy mua là bây là cái bây một cổng cho America là lấy những vật nào tí à còn này còn cho tên này cũng là bỏ thì bây giờ có chút là một trò cho American CIA tiết nào tiết chữ American hoặc là cho bây giờ thấy chuyện nó chỉ có này có memory cho bây giờ là yếu tố lần giao cho tên này tên cho nó cho và thế cho tôi vấn đề là chỉ tôi bảo thấy chuyện nó là tí dạng có bây tuần giao là tôi tuần chỉ nè American thấy chuyện nó là tôi bảo mình tầm nó là lấy chuyện và thì cũng chân là lần giao cho nó chỉ có này có lúc này nhà nó lúc mẹ có ploy thì bây giờ我这做像被我的那这要完早完的只要了被我弄到原来这个早早起呢那个被还也被就弄了些俺们来这个早起呢就可能要靠在都是有机那土有看嘛还有那些也被我的那些来干那土被那些可能要靠坚持这里头是我就能到这个不是电影在呢我学校多大家都叫找一个那个的背起来，第二叫去多人到这些了，我梦要通知点了出来一包去，我说能到这种了，有晚你多八杯 kit 加那个了真的，我们别到二郎子还是都去那个呢，了应去搞的是头，像二千那个印的判证表，一级标被就印的大姐。và các bạn ở cả ta sử dụng tại là cả giao thông ta sử dụng là cái chua xong là chỉ xong ở chế cầu ở này có in để lò nó cái các bạn ở tôi xài cha và executive order chua xong là cái cả cho nu memory day nó cho bây giờ mong thêm lò nữa để tôi chỉ nó cái có là cho là cho bây giờ có tôi cho cái lưu sơn là bây tôi chỉ cho xin trả thìตัวเพื่อรู้เตรู้เจอเพื่อได้อเมริกันที่อย่างของเจ้าเจแล้วจอหลังจากจอไปมองเตรียมรอจากกุตุจอนู่นน่ะใหญ่นู่นไปจงกุตุจอเสร็จเที่ยไปจงมองจงรอเสร็จจนสุดตัวใหญ่นู่นจังแห่งตัวไปมาจากกุตุจอเที่ยไปจะเนี่ยจะสีเสร็จตัวมัวจอมันชาปัวรู้เตรู้เจอlà cổ chi xong nhau tới kia là chùa này ya có cho Super Bowl nhau tới kia là chùa thế này cũng là bỏ giờ tụi cho bây giờ ở tất cả nó giờ cho bây giờ cho tới kia nó là tao chỉ cho ý xong rồi xong nó cái bây giờ các tour rồi này lúc hai ngào Việt Nam memory part là tuần giao cho thế này thì sẽ là tụi sẽ tuần chỉ bên tông như thế này cũng là bỏ thế còn em bây giờ làm một trò bây giờ nó cho chú sẽ sử dụng số cái quốc kia này thì cho tua là chuyện rất bao rồi cho số tua lỡ anh nhá bây giờ tôi chụp rồi bao nhiêu nhau rồi ta trả nó rồi nè thì bút cho lúc bé lúc còn học có chút Wisconsin Hmong Lao veteran cho nó thế họ cho tôi chụp rồi bao nhiêu cho nó chỉ cho lo chỉ mua clonen cho bỏ món chỉ clonen và sen ta rồi cho chị chỉ cho cấp tên thế cho cùng đảng đó là mong nó chị họ nói có bây giờ này xong chẳng bên cho bên nó chị bây giờ tuần giao cho thế nên chúng nó nên tiếp bỏ lấy mua bây giờ chi thì lấy cho chi là bên bút ta bên là bên nó thì à lấy mua cho là một đồ in đà nó giao cho bên bây giờ chi tiết tụi cho tụi chỉ tụi các cho tròn đời hay nó chị giờ là chị các bạn chị xem cho và executive order nó chỉ là chỉ cả cho trách nằm mò trên thứ hay là ta qua về nếu xem chân thì thứ tự nu theo nó tàn đó chân thì mình tàu thì executive order thì number all cho về thì chỉ tập ra này nhớ on public nhớ cho họ state cancel thì nhớ được họ là những bỏ thì lỡ mất khâu tại cho nu tí gì một cái thì tàu nhau ok về tàu về thọ chỉ quan trọng về về một lúc nhai một đồ đá stay một bộ tập bê xong đá thì tiêu lên mà lấy pan trăm bèo là lúc mình cột plau nó là chào cho bê chào của tôi thì lúc mình cột plau nó đi qua nó là thực ra cho xin phần này cũng là phải những hai chế cái tập bê chỉ hai chế là yêu nu mình cột plau là nu mềm lu gì lúc quá lên tôi đi gì thế này có lúc mềm rồi là số đó ở đây proclamation tôi nè ta chỉ tập về là chỉ ta chỉ senator thì này yêu lên là phun phải chế yêu lúc nuôi giờ tới thế trường rộng đua địa tên là mà yêu lúc đó ngày bây giờ là yêu lúc mấy cột plau lên thế này phun này nè cái này mình tao họ là những tới nhau họ thì xí cái này sẽ được bao lên đó cáiนู้นnào tới chiều vào sáng thì là bé chăm bé nhớ chủ vào đi cái tạm tên là bé một hai international bắt đầu cái lên đó và cho nên tao rồi sẽ được tua còn béนู้นnào thế nó giờ khana giờ đã bị lại đâu nên mất chuyện mà cho ra được chữ nó mà thà ok everybody ready to remember our veteran who passed away years ago okay first General Vang Powell remember anh còn tàu chưa President Vang, who remember? Major Vang, remember? Major Wang Kai Yang, remember? And all veterans who passed away this year, including 20 people. Remember? Thank you for all veterans who sacrificed and also got killed in the front line during the American CIA secret war in Laos. Remember? And thank you for all of the vets who passed away during the war and also the veterans who are here today. Thank you. Remember? Okay, that's it. Back with you.
Those who are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing through the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mike. Ni apa sahaja, apa yang lapin? Kau suruh jom. Ya. Ya, betul. Okay. สัตว์เราตั้งแต่เดินมาคือสื่อหรือสายอยู่ในอาซีสาเราผู้พันไมตรีวันสามาคีอาโหมโหพระเจ้าพระเจ้าผู้เกเกษาวันมาวันศาสนาเต็มบริมาหักษาเด็มเด็ดสดายมาวันลาวิวันยังเยสีเอาพายกันเข้ามาโรนวนไหวสุนตุสวดตายสร้างศัตรูเนื้อเสื้อเผาพวกกูเอามันเท่าตัวกันโอเค
Everybody messing. One second.
เจ้าเจ้าใครจะมาจอดเจ้าหมอจะมา
Okay.
พ่อไม่เนี่ย
xin được phong vào bỏ lúc này lúc chưa sáng sắp rồi có chồng hút thuốc trò nhau sẽ bị ngăn xin có chỗ là chúa bé trường tua có lúc còn hậu nhau tua có luôn về có luôn mới mỏ có luôn chỉ giờ lên nó lúc nó in lúc rồi chỉnh cheng rồi bây giờ hút thuốc trò bé tuần từ nó giờ cho rồi cho mỏ nó tua con nó ấy có là nó cho rồi cho mỏ nó con đó tua bé lúc còn hậu nó thế có uo chồng hướng mấy cả cho tụi nó chú trả lời có cùng tế ba bê thia có lúc con hồ nó có nhớ một tại xin năng chỉ bút lo chỉ bút bùa có lúc về nhớ một xin năng cho đã mấy cả nó cho xua xong bê tôi cùng của nó rồi cho rồi cho mò tôi con nó có tôi giúp đi có nhớ nó này bê cho tôi trò thia bê bê sừng mông mấy cả nhớ đã mấy cả nó xin được hoa bỏ thầu có nhớ mong nhớ một ba một bờ có lời ta là mong một trò đi ta là sư nu nó có tìm chơi tìm mua ra là chơi mong còn mong trò mua bên mở tua mong nhau là nó còn mong trò cho mình cả đâu uốn này có và mình một công mà mình có nó tối lúc còn họ nó có chua có kho mù có bên mong nhau hồ sinh trò cho nó chui mình cả nhau là nó có bên nhau bao bờ bên thì chỉ bùa chua có luôn bên thì nhau mới chỉ năng trên được vào bỏ thọ chơi có nó cho món nữa nó vô cái trâu
Wow. Liệp. Out.
นี่นะครับเรา
Lập vô. Hắc.
ปีนี้คอก็เลยก็
Rồi vào. Theo. Come.
จะมีรู้แต่ไม่กินอาหาร
Wow. Han. Wow. Han. Làm cái tiếp. Hắc. Theo. Come. Bàn chiêu lúc ta xuống sàn nát. Hứa bên. Tiêm. Linh. Nhìn. Tiêm. Linh. Nhìn. Tiêm. Nhìn. Nhìn. Liệp. Abut. Làm việc. Học. Theo. Trung. Sai. Han. Sai. Han. Làm việc. Học. Ok. Theo. Trung. Tiếng kê sơ lùng sơ lóng. Man linh.
พัทยาบุตร
Abut. Vâng. Liệp. Abut. Làm việc. Học.
เห็นหน้าสมั้ยตุ้มเบ้เราก็เขาเลยโอ้ยแกไม่สิ
Good afternoon, everybody.
Vâng.
Welcome to the Highground Veterans Memorial Park. My name is Pete Kern. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, having served deployments to both Iraq and Afghanistan. And today I have the privilege of serving as the operations manager here at the Highground. It is fitting that we gather here today at a place whose mission is to honor, educate, and heal. The Highground stands as one of the nation's largest veterans memorial parks, a place where stories of sacrifice are preserved, where families come to reflect, and where veterans from every generation are remembered with dignity. Today we gather to recognize and honor the Lao veterans whose courage and sacrifice lived beside American service members during the Vietnam War and whose story is an important part of the legacy remembered here at the Highground. While much of the Vietnam War was fought in the public view, another conflict was taking place across the border in Laos. It became known as the Secret War. In the mountains and jungles of Laos, thousands of Hmong soldiers answered the call to stand beside American forces. Under the leadership of General Vang, Hmong fighters carried out dangerous missions that saved American lives and supported U.S. operations throughout Southeast Asia. They gathered intelligence, disrupted enemy supply lines along the Ho Chi Minh Trail, rescued downed American pilots, and defended strategic positions under impossible conditions. Many gave their lives. Many more lost their homes, their families, and ultimately their homeland. After the war ended in 1975, countless Hmong veterans and families were forced to flee persecution because they had stood with the United States. Many escaped through jungles and across the Mekong River before eventually finding refuge here in America, including here in Wisconsin, where the Hmong community has become an important part of our state's history and culture. That is why today matters. Places like the Highground ensure that the stories once hidden are now remembered openly and permanently. Here among the tributes, memorials, walking trails, and places of reflection, we recognize that the service of the Hmong Lao veterans is part of the larger story of the American veteran. The Highground has helped educate visitors through exhibits of the wandering Hmong Lao veterans and the sacrifices made during the Secret War in Laos. Those exhibits remind us that freedom often depends on allies whose courage may not always appear in history books, but whose actions changed lives forever. As we gather this afternoon, we honor not only military service, but loyalty, resilience, and the enduring bond between those who fought together. To the Lao Hmong veterans here today and to your families, thank you for your courage, your sacrifice, and your unwavering commitment. Your service helped save lives. Your stories deserve to be told. And here at the Highground, your legacy will be remembered. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you for the introductions. Now we're gonna start. I understand majority of you don't have the agenda, but I do, so we're just gonna go based on what I had. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for your time to join us to honor the service and sacrifice of our veterans. Your presence helps keep their legacies alive. So thank you. We do have like 8 speakers at the moment, so just be patient with me. We're gonna go by the name. And can you please help me give applause and welcome President Cisu, who is the general of, who is the son of General Vang. Cisu, please welcome to the podium.
Once again, I want to thank you. It's an honor today to be speaking on behalf of the Lao Hmong veteran. It's a pleasure today and a great day, a sunny day. Hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves today. In remembrance of the veterans of the Vietnam War and many wars before that. Just remember, the Vietnam War was not lost by the soldier. All soldiers fought bravely, but the war was lost by the politicians. It's a sadness that something like that has to happen. America, a great country, never lost a war and never will lose a war. The American soldiers, the Hmong soldiers, are united as one. The Hmong and Lao community and the Hmong Lao people truly believe in America. We believe in America to the point where we're willing to give our lives to support America and its freedom. Hmong has lived through many tragedies. We learned in the Indochina War what it is like to be under the oppression of the North Vietnamese and the communists. That we did not like at all. For that reason, we are very grateful to America for American help. We are very grateful that we can support America in its accomplishment for freedom all over the world. America is the greatest place on this planet. It's a place where you can fail many times and become prosperous, become wealthy. You can be somebody everyone wants to be. You can be somebody that you want to be. You can become wealthy if you want to, if you really have the heart and the ambition. Nowhere else on this planet will give you that much chance to become wealthy, educated, and have the knowledge to support you and your family. I have the opportunity to travel to many lands, many countries that live in France. French system, after you finish high school, you're not in the top few, then you don't have a chance to go on to college. That's not the way it is here. Even if you're last in your class, you can still become somebody in the United States, which is still the greatest country on this planet. The Hmong community and its people want to thank American friends, the American veterans, and the politicians in this country, given the opportunity for us to share in the wealth, to share in the prosperity, to have our children educated by some of the best educators in the world. We want to thank again God that given us this opportunity to come to a country that truly love us like our own parents, to a country that support us like our own family, that we are very gracious to have. Today, speaking on behalf of the Hmong people and General Vang Pao's family, I want to thank all the veterans of all foreign wars for their support and their help. If it wasn't for you and your people, we would not be here. If it wasn't for you and your kindness of your heart, we will not be speaking here to you. For that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you.
Again, we're going to continue with this agenda that I have in front of me. Our next speaker is going to be State Commander John Schultz. You're here today? Okay. Please welcome John Schultz to the podium. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Today is an honor day that is not spread enough around the world for people to recognize. 60 years ago, I got a letter from the United States government inviting me to a party. It was called a draft party. In downtown Chicago, I went to the station, coming out of Waukegan, Illinois, walked into that station, and it was the recruiting MEP-centered station. And the sergeant there, all right, you young recruits, line up, count off by fours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here it comes, all the fours. Step forward, right face, welcome to the Air Force. All the threes step forward, turn left, welcome to the Marines. The twos, turn around, take a step forward, welcome to the Navy. The ones that are standing, you graduated to the Army. And that started a career of 28 and a half years of mine in the United States Army. Off to Fort Polk, Louisiana, we went for starting with our basic, and a few things happened down there, and next thing I know, I was signing a document that enlisted me from a 2-year draftee to a 3-year active duty Army so I could join Special Forces. A few months later, I found myself on a way to Vietnam. And that started a story of my life that can never be compared to anything. I had an opportunity to work with the Hmong Lao, and we worked out of Pleiku area and started out a special mission headed west. And we approached the border. And the Hmong Lao that were working with us turned to our team and said, stop, stay where you are, we're going to lead. We started to walk. The lieutenant in charge of our team happened to fall down real quick and held the map underneath his chest and said, don't touch me. I think I'm hurt and hurt bad. Continue going and follow those gentlemen in front. We did. We walked forward and not knowing how close we were to the Cambodian border, we proceeded. Because of the gentlemen that were leading us, we were able to recapture and bring back 3 downed American helicopter pilots. As we came back across an unknown border, we happened to find our lieutenant in charge, and there he was sitting next to a tree with a cigarette and enjoying himself. Come to find out, if we'd have looked at that map beforehand, we would have not been able to enter into Cambodia. But because of him falling down and "Don't touch me," and the work of the Hmong Lao that were working with us, we were able to bring 3 more American pilots back. I have a friend of mine, Al Korkendorfer, who lives over in the Eau Claire, lived in the Eau Claire area. Al was a helicopter pilot, shot down 7 times while he was in Vietnam. 4 of them were in North Vietnam. And because of some very special outposts that were manned by some very special Hmong Lao, Al was able to come back to South Vietnam and continue flying again and again. People don't realize what all you Hmong Lao veterans did, not only for us United States veterans, but let us not forget the Australians and the Canadians and the other countries that had armed forces in that place called Vietnam. And had we not been there in Vietnam, the infrastructure would not be what it is today. At An Khie, where I was stationed, home of the 1st Cav, the 1st Cav Association donated money, and they built an 8-room school. And through their funds were able to hire teachers. Those kids in that town now became students, and many of them had an opportunity now to go to school and go farther than an 8th grade education. All of this goes back to the dedication of all of the armed forces and all of the nations that created what we did and what we had the ability to do. To all our Hmong Lao veterans, please, it's an honor to look up at that flag and finally see it at half-mast in recognition of your brothers and sisters that you lost. Thank you, each and every one, and I thank you for saving my life and for me being here and alive today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, please help me welcome Chief of Maritime County Sheriff Chad Beller. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, B, and thank you, Nashua, for the invitation being here today. I'm going to share a story similar to what I shared earlier this morning when we were in Kadat. First, I'd like to begin by saying this is my first time here, and I've never visited the Highground. I've driven past it many times, and clearly I've been missing a very, very, very special place. It's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be amongst many of my friends from the Wassa area. The memorials here today remind us that service is personal, at times it's painful, and it's carried forward by the people who lived it, each one of you veterans who served in Laos and Vietnam. Over 50 years ago, Hmong soldiers fought alongside American forces during the Vietnam War and the Secret War in Laos. They served with extraordinary bravery, often without recognition, often without the promise of safety, but always with an incredible amount of loyalty. They protected villages and carried out missions that demanded a level of courage few of us will ever fully understand. Many of them were just boys, and I shared with the group this morning that I've spoken about this several times at different events that I've been to. But recently I was at an event with my friend Nashua when I met a Hmong Lao veteran who took the time to share with me his story. He shared that when he was just a young man, probably 15 or 16 years old, he and his brother were in battle together, and during that battle he lost his brother. When he approached me, he shared a photo of his brother and told the story of not only the battle, but just of the love he had for his brother. And he still carried that photo with him. I think that that's a testament to the bond that not only brothers have, but soldiers have. The cost of each of these veteran service has been immense. Many never returned home. Many families were forced to flee their homeland and rebuild lives. And fortunately, you did that here in Wisconsin, a half a world away from where you lived. Yet through every hardship, the Hmong community has carried forward its strength, its culture, and its deep sense of honor. Here in Wisconsin, especially in the central part of our state, the Hmong community has become an essential part of our communities. Their veterans, their elders, and their families have enriched our schools, our workplaces, and our neighborhoods. The resilience is woven into the fabric of our region. As we stand at these memorials surrounded by the names and symbols of sacrifice, we acknowledge not only the soldiers who fought, but the families who endured, the elders who preserved the history, and the generations who continue to strengthen our communities. This anniversary is more than a milestone. It is a promise that the courage of the Hmong soldiers, many like my friend Nashua, and the young men who carried both rifles and the weight of their families' hopes will not fade in the margins of history. Their story belongs here among the honored. Their service stands alongside every American who fought for freedom. And I just want to tell you that I have seen this firsthand in the families that have come to join us even at the Marathon County Sheriff's Office. I was reminded earlier today by B that when he worked at the Marathon County Sheriff's Office, we'd been on some pretty incredible calls together, and we served side by side. And I'm proud to call him a friend and a colleague from all those many years ago. But to all you veterans and to the families and the entire Hmong community, we honor you, we thank you, and we ensure that your legacy will continue to be told with the respect it deserves here at the Highground in Neilsville, across our state and our nation. Thank you.
Our next keynote speaker, State Representative Patrick Snyder. Please welcome Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you, B. Beautiful day today. And I want to just thank all veterans here, not only our Hmong brethren, but all of our service folks that have helped us. Every May 14th, we gather to observe Wisconsin Hmong Veteran Lao Day or Hmong Lao Veterans Day. It's a day with deep reflection, not only for the Hmong community, but for every citizen of the state who values courage, sacrifice, and the heavy price of freedom. To understand the importance of today, we must take a moment to step back to the secret war in Laos. During the Vietnam War, Hmong soldiers were recruited by the CIA to fight alongside the United States. They served as our quiet allies, rescuing downed American pilots, defending strategic outposts, and disrupting enemy supply lines at immense personal risk. When the conflict ended, many Hmong people were forced to flee their own homelands, eventually finding a new home here in the heart of the Midwest. Today, Wisconsin is home to one of the largest Hmong populations in the country. They aren't just residents, they are our neighbors, business owners, teachers, and friends. So why does this day matter? Well, recognition of the invisible. For decades, the service of Hmong veterans were classified as unrecognized. This day ensures their bravery is written into the official history of Wisconsin. It's a legacy for the youth. It provides a bridge for younger generations to understand the resilience of their elders and the struggle that allowed them the opportunities that they have today. And community unity. It reminds us that our state is strengthened by those who chose Wisconsin as their refuge, and then worked tirelessly to build it up. So as we stand here today, or sit, let us offer more than just a moment of silence. Let us offer our gratitude to the veterans who fought in the jungles of Laos and the families who supported them. We see you, we honor you, and we thank you for making Wisconsin your home. Thank you.
Khi nên chỉ có phe riêng vậy tôi nên ba bên rồi nên hôm nay nào bé cháu cô nào cũng chữ cháu cô tôi cho là cho xin được phân bỏ tập bé mua tôi xin chỉ trong nên hôm nào nên bỏ mẹ có bao giờ cô tôi cho mong nữa giờ cho đi giờ xin mong tiền tôi để cho tôi chi nó thông bờ sao Wisconsin nó là tôi giờ bị mua cho nó cho chữ trong đi thì có sao cả nên sẽ là bỏ lại cho nó cho chữ nó bé giờ tao mua cho lời thế bé vừa lúc này nhau cho lúc ăn tôi nó chơi tôi nên là hai tàu lại thế ba bé thế thế đi cho nó sau cú rong xe cho nữa nè để nên họ đã cú rong xe thế. Next, please help me welcome our Department of Legion, Nathan Bond.
Well, for those of you who are here this morning, I should say Gadot this morning. This might sound very familiar. For those of you who weren't here this morning, I've been told it's a really good speech, John. But people tend to say that, even if they don't mean it. So good afternoon. It is an honor to join you today as we gather to recognize the Hmong Lao Veterans Day here in Wisconsin, a day of remembrance, gratitude, and respect. Today we honor the courage and sacrifice of those Hmong Lao soldiers and families who stood alongside the United States during the Vietnam War and the secret war in Laos. Many answered the call to fight for freedom, often under the most dangerous and difficult conditions imaginable. They served with extraordinary bravery, knowing the risks not only to themselves, but to their families and to their future. Thousands of Hmong Lao men served as allies to American forces. Many never got to go home. Others endured displacement, hardship, and years in refugee camps before building new lives here in the United States. Their story is one of loyalty, sacrifice, resilience, and hope. Wisconsin is proud to be home to one of the largest Hmong Lao communities in this nation. Over the years, Hmong Lao veterans have strengthened our state through military service, public service, education, business, and community leadership. Many continue a proud tradition of service in the United States Armed Forces and in veterans organizations like the American Legion. As commander of the American Legion Department of Wisconsin, I want every Hmong Lao veteran and family member here today to know this: your service matters, your sacrifices are remembered, and your place in the story of American freedom is permanent. The American Legion believes deeply in honoring all who served. We also believe that remembering history matters. Hmong Lao Veterans Day reminds us that freedom is not free, and that the bonds forged in service do not end with the war or with time. They continue across generations. Today is also about teaching our young people. We want future generations to understand the sacrifices made by our Hmong Lao veterans and families, not only in Southeast Asia, but here in the United States, as they rebuilt their lives and contributed to their communities with strength and dignity. Fellow warriors, here today, thank you for your courage. Thank you for your partnership with our American forces. Thank you for your continued leadership and example. And to the families, spouses, children, and grandchildren, thank you as well. Your sacrifices and support are part of this legacy. May we continue to stand together in unity, friendship, and mutual respect. And so on behalf of the American Legion, Department of Wisconsin, it is my privilege to honor the Hmong Lao veterans who served with valor and distinction. Thank you, and may God bless you and all of our veterans, our communities, this great state, and our great United States of America.
Thank you, Nathan. Once again, thank you, Nathan. Thank you very much for sharing the struggle and sacrifice of the Hmong veterans and how we move place to places. Now we're here in the United States. We're here to contribute, and we're here to do what we can to make America better. Our next speaker is going to be the state representative, Tom Tiffany, or Maggie Crony. Please welcome.
I understand your technology troubles, believe me. Good afternoon. I'm from Congressman Tom Tiffany's office. He's working in Washington today and is not able to join you, but he did ask that I come. And as I was driving over to Cadott this morning, I was thinking back to my childhood. My parents were very involved in our Catholic Church, and I distinctly remember sponsoring a Hmong family. I remember going to the house and cleaning it, and I remember my mom helping them get fabric so that they can sew. My dad got him a job at the local fish store, fish market, and I just remember helping that family. I remember the night that they arrived. The vans went to Austin Straubel Airport in Green Bay and brought them back, and it was late at night, and we had sandwiches made, and I don't think they liked them. I don't know, my mom was all decorating them and, little pinwheel sandwiches, and, but I remember that, and at that time, I didn't know what it meant. I really didn't have any idea. I was too young to really absorb it. But it wasn't until I became a teacher in the Wausau School District and had almost more than half of my class Hmong students. And they were so special. Just little sponges wanting to learn, and I do run into some of them every once in a while, and I am so proud of them. They made such an impact on my life, and now I understand. So I am a proud daughter, sister, and niece of veterans, and it is an honor to be here today to recognize May 14th, the anniversary of the last airlift of the Hmong and Lao veterans out of Laos in 1975. And we honor this as Hmong Lao Veterans Day. Today we pay tribute to the extraordinary sacrifices of the veterans who bravely fought alongside the United States during the Vietnam War and the Secret War. Wisconsin is home to the country's third largest Hmong population. And as a former teacher myself, I am elated that the Wausau School District and schools all over the state of Wisconsin are teaching Hmong history. And they observe this day while discussing the important sacrifices that the Hmong Lao veterans had with the students across the state. Today we honor all of the brave individuals who served with courage, resilience, and determination for the help to protect and defend and share information with the American forces. As we know, Hmong soldiers fought alongside American soldiers during this covert war to help aid and assist the American effort of preventing communism to spread deeper into Southeast Asia. It's a fight that many are still fighting today. So, Congressman Tiffany believes that veterans that fearlessly served in the fight against communism deserve distinction and recognition, not just today, but every day. That's why Congressman Tom Tiffany continues to support legislation for our Hmong veterans that honorably served in the Vietnam War. So on behalf of Congressman Tiffany, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maggie. But not least, please help me welcome Mike Koger, the Chief of Chapter 5.
Thank you. I'm Mike Carter, President of Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 5, based out of Eau Claire, although we have members from 6 counties, including Clark County here, where we have 4 or 5 members, I believe. When I was in Vietnam, I did not know anything about the Hmong Lao soldiers until much, much later. And actually my awareness I wasn't aware until we started having the annual Vietnam Veterans Day programs in the Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls area. And then as each year went on, I learned more and more about how valuable the Hmong Lao soldiers were. And I appreciate that very much. The Vietnam veterans, there's less than 1/5 of us left. So we've had a high attrition rate. I don't know about the Hmong Laotian soldiers, what their attrition rate is, but there's definitely getting to be a far more or less of us. But my appreciation for what the Hmong Lao soldiers did for me and my fellow Marines in the Da Nang area, I'm very appreciative of it. So thank you very much.
Thanks again, Mike. Thanks for the great speaker of yours. Being a Vietnam hero, I don't know how proud you are to yourself, but I'm looking up to you guys. You are my hero, all the Vietnam veterans and all the veterans out there. Without you guys, I would not have this freedom. So thank you. Okay, I kind of lied to you guys. I only have a few, but I promise it's only going to be another 10 minutes and we'll be done. I want to call this special cruise. They're the Corvette teams. I understood you're out here to show your respect and honor the veterans. As I was talking to a few of you earlier, you mentioned that without the veterans, without General Vang and without Jim Biller and the United States, there is no way you're gonna get those beautiful cars that you drove today. So you wanna come out here and express how happy you are and how proud you are to be here in America and have our veterans out here as a bless. So please welcome our Corvette team.
我哋佢又係啊，以前啊，我俾落路到俾陣風隻股係，我俾落路到俾陣架出嚟，咁咪係到俾陣風啦。Today is a very special day because it's May 14th and it's a day for our Lao Hmong Veteran Day. I want to say a special thank you to Governor Evers and State Senator Patrick for pushing the bill to make today a special day. My kids might not know what today is, But when I teach them how special this day is, I think they're going to say, Dad, that's pretty cool. So I want to thank you and Governor Evans for pushing that for us. Nana kusawacho, tajabe cha, achina tuta liya tanta cha kututa, wana tamota chadia, wata kita beja mitumnya to teja na, hey wana cho, bi mo beji, nai pontia, wana tia, wana wata cha nyala. Thế cho bài là bé ổn định cho tí xí nó nói là special day đó bé là special day đó bé cho mong nè vì khó để nó nói là vấn thi cổ plau giờ bé mong để là cái bé cho chơi là bé cho nhà cá đó họ nó nói là special day đó bé cái họ nó khi đó bé thì mình tu mình nhọ toàn đây nó hạt tiền nó nói là bé nó cho sang lúc vấn thi cổ plau lúc chỉ lính nó nói là bé nó là ấy ở trường đầu đó này cho tôi thọ này bị muốn nàyไปtôi tao tôi chờ nó tôi nhớ thọ cái tôi chỉ bảo mình nó cũng bỏไปmong tôi chờ tới chờ nó thọไปchờ nhẹ đó chỉ nó này tôi bỏ đểไปmong nó tôi cha lúc chơi dùng để trả mua tôi cái ta đặt tôi là mua tôi cái lawyer là mua tôi tham mộ là mua tôi phải trọที่ตัวหนอชื่อสุริยา state senator ละมั่วจะว่า local senator ละมั่วนะไอ้บิขอมั่วที่นอละยาบิลามแต่เนี่ยจะตุตาเนี่ยปวดตะกี้เราไปจะมีตัวมีตัวติดจะหน่อยไปโอนในจังเราหลุดเจ้าเสือไอ้หัวเจ้าเนาะแต่ไปจีท่านละพลบิมั่วหนึ่งตัวเจ้าต่อไปตัวติดจะหน่อยไปตัวมั่วตะกี้ว่ามันต่อโดดเตะนั่นนะ In my final word, I want to say something. I'm very proud to be a U.S. citizen. I've been to this country since 1978, and I got my U.S. citizen back in '85. But the way I got it, I want to say one thing. Ronald Reagan said, the late President Ronald Reagan said, he met a POW. And the POW said that you can go live anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. You can go live in Germany, but you can never be a German. You can go live in Chinese, and you can be a Chinese. But if you live in America, you have the opportunity to become an American citizen. And that we have to love and respect, that no matter what we do, we can always get a citizenship, and we can never deny that. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm very grateful for that. And I want to thank all our veterans, Lao veterans, and our U.S. veterans too. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here today. So in my last remarks, I just want to say thank you to all the veterans' family, and thank you, God, and thank you, America, for being a great land, because I love this home. I would never trade this again. Thank you.
ขอบคุณเนี่ยสมัครหมู่เชนเนอร์เป้กูก็ท่านประธานจำลองเราหมดเกอลูกกงเชิงเนาะเจเป้ยาเราหมดไทยด้วยโอเคตรงนั้นเนาะอีท่าด้วยว่าปอพังเจียจอรุ่นนึงอย่าตอนเดตเอาใช้เนาะ I know a lot of you guys are in a rush to go home, but I'm gonna call President Jablon Vang to close this event. And now we're gonna go take a group pictures before you guys go for memory or records, whatever it is. So, all right. ถ้าเจอท่านประธานจำลองก็เราหมู่มั่วอีเจ้าลูเกิดจะเปรูกงเชิงนู่นน่ะโอ้ยลูกงเชิงรองยอดซาจะเนี่ยจะสีจะน่าจะชื่อจะกุตุทอเสด็จเที่ยวจะจะเปจะละไม่เปสังจะพงยืมหัวชัวจะตัวเกเดกิเจตัวไอจอรู้เชื่อดูก็
Thank you. Thank you for patience all day long. The program will be in now. I would like to honor the state Wisconsin official leader and the leaders, city leader, and the guest speaker today. Thank you for your time, your leader. He's a high value for the Hmong community and also for the Hmong Lao veteran of Wisconsin. As you may know, the May 14, it came from the during the Vietnam War. Some younger do not know that. They only know the May 14. May 14 is the big legacy of the Lao and Hmong soldier legacy. Your grandpa, your father, your uncle, your brother, and your sister, and sacrificed in Laos 50 years in Laos. That's May 14 came from that reason. And we also have Hmong Day. Hmong Day came from the May 14 too. I would like to thank you for everyone to join us today. Especially I want to thank you for Pat Snyder. You want to support Lao Hmong veteran anytime. It's now here in the Federal Home Service too. Thank you, Pat. I would like to thank everyone to join us today. Please drive you home for safety. I hope that we will support together. I will see you next year to come. Thank you.
我做的重点几个的那家庭做朋友做多那到晒蒙城市弄好少事，我们考不着，蒙天不了，叫我都找人找路上Wisconsin 的Highground了，找这里那了，佢见了一头个别人就自己朋友要做多赚去做给那看样子。